Sam, and that is right. Let's waste no time. This is the Raining Rock podcast. I am the excellent one, excellence personified. I am Ricky Goldman. So each and every one of you hit that like and subscribe. Currently on 400 subscribers. Let's try and get ahead of that, get more than that. But as you know, I never come alone, and I'm even with not one, not two, but three. Just like Matt Hardy, three guests. One will be joining us here shortly. But let me bring in the man himself. He is the Emperor. He is all the way from Texas. He is the man with the podcast. He is the man with the voice. He is Sam.
Hello.
And how are you today, Sam?
Good. A little bit rainy outside. Wish it was a little warmer out and a little, sunnier, but what are you going to do about that, right?
Sorry, it's not the best of weather here either. It's quite cold for March. You think you'd be getting a lot warmer, but as we approach Easter approach, summer, well, spring is first, but as it gets warmer, you would think it would get warmer, but no. And when we bring in my second guest for now, like I said, third guest joining us soon, about 10 minutes from now or so, but he is the magnificent one, all about magnificence. He is the block himself. Here he is. He is David.
What up? Finally, the block has come back to the Raining Rock podcast.
Oh, yes. Finally.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah, man. So here we are, you know what I mean? Another weekend here with His Excellence Ricky Goldman and Sam Mitchell, the Emperor. You know what I mean? I'm off camera right now because we're taking care of some matters, but soon I'll be jumping in. Happy St. Paddy's Day weekend, y'all.
That's fine. I believe that David's in his limo like JBL going to the island of Redlandsea.
Oh yeah, I just it is St. Patty's weekend. That's my uncle's birthday. My uncle has a birthday on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Of course, I don't even celebrate St. George's Day. To me, it's just another day. I probably couldn't even tell you. I think that's the 24th of April. Again, like I said, just another day to me. So I don't even celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but some English people do for some reason. But there you are.
Yeah. I celebrate whatever's worth celebrating. Celebrate culture, really. At the end of the day.
Celebrate life. Celebrate just life in general, I suppose.
Yep, exactly.
But before we kick off here, Sam did go to the Royal Rumble. Are you going to WrestleMania this year, or are you not doing that, Sam?
No, not even thinking about it, Bub. I'm gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong on that. I've already planned a weekend when it comes to that. I gotta figure out when it is. I might be in April hitting up the Squared Circle Expo again, but as far as I know, I'll be watching it. Just WrestleMania is out of my distance, and we just can't afford the seats.
And then next year's New Orleans, how far is that away? How far away is it? Stumbling over my words here, how far away is New Orleans to you, Sam?
Oh, but too far to drive. I would have to fly there. But basically where I'm at is Indiana, which is, if you go to the left of us, you go to Illinois. You go to the right of us, I think the right of us is Pennsylvania. And then below is Kentucky and Tennessee.
Hopefully they come and do a WrestleMania like they did. Was it Mania 32 in Texas? I believe the AT&T Stadium. So hopefully they do another one there again soon, or something. Something maybe a SummerSlam, maybe a Rumble, maybe something else.
Maybe.
But let's kick off here with, as we await the arrival of my tag team partner, the other half of Excellent Money, and we'll get to that shortly here, what Excellent Money is all about. But let's kick off with this right here, and that is... That is right. Oh, what's cooking at the table? And we're going to begin with you, Sam. What have you been up to in the last couple of weeks? What have you got coming up? I know you were recently ill, not under the weather, but no, great to see you feeling better. How's your podcast been going? here's me with 10,000 questions for you, but how's your podcast been going? I've watched a few episodes. You seem to be doing really well. Have you got any more guests lined up? So, yeah. All of those questions.
That was a lot, but can you repeat the last part? I'm only asking because you kind of cut out there by accident.
So what have you been up to in the last couple of weeks? What have you got coming up? And then how's your podcast been going?
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yes, I was sick. Like I'm not a guy who complains about being sick, but if I'm sick, I'm sick. But thankfully, I'm better for that. I worked my last shift for the semester of college at my college basketball games, where I've done some broadcasting work, like I've done audio work. I was doing camera work my last shift. Let's see what else have I been up to. I got to use my Google Calendar to know what I've been up to because I got too much stuff going on some days. I got a couple of good guests on my show, and I can spoil them because they're confirmed. Well, one of them is confirmed, at least. I got an America's Got Talent guest, or America's Got Talent competitor, previous America's Got Talent competitor for my show. And I learned over the summer, I'll be making $5,000 because of a previous for a conference.
You'll be making $5,000. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet deal.
Yeah, I about crapped my pants when I heard that.
That's a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah.
For someone like me, that's a lot of money. But
for me, that's too. And then I'm trying to think what else. Oh, yesterday I went with my father to go see a famous trombone artist named Trombone Shorty.
Was he good?
He was better than I expected because I was thinking it'd be like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a show, and it was a good show. It definitely wasn't like my top 10 concerts, but it's definitely in the top 20.
Is the trombone what Xavier Woods plays? Is that the trombone?
The trombone's kind of like an instrument where you do this. I'm probably a terrible demonstration, but it's like you do that.
But yes, Xavier Woods. Yeah.
That's the trombone. He also does a trumpet where the instrument is like that. There's only 3 buttons on it.
You need a lot of breath and a lot of... Yeah, you need good cardio.
Yeah, trumpet's not an easy instrument to play, for sure.
You need a lot of cardio that I haven't got.
Yeah. If you play the trombone or the trumpet, you better have a good pair of lungs, and I would suggest not smoking if you are a trombone player. That's all I'm going to say.
My cardio's the worst. I just do weights at the gym, very little cardio. I'm doing more cardio, but yeah, it's mainly just weights at the gym. So, it is what it is. But yeah, what have you got coming up? Sam, anything planned in the next week or so?
Well, let me think off the top of my head. I can say I'll be going to the Square Circle Expo. I'll be a vendor for there. I did that last year. I'm going to do it again. And I'll be a vendor for the Hall of Heroes Comic Con, which is a superhero, Marvel, DC Comic Con, and I'll be a vendor for them trying to talk about why people with autism have superpowers. And I don't mean like X-ray vision or nothing like that. We got a great example is we got our superpower of attention to detail.
Correct, yes. I like that X-ray vision. I don't know who'd want that power, but okay. Suppose it comes in handy. Suppose you can see through walls, I suppose. But
Well, attention to detail means like if you stock the shelves at Walmart better than anyone else because it's a little crooked.
yes, and you do a lot of public speaking, and I do respect you a lot for that. I couldn't do that. I would quickly say something.
I remember you telling me that.
But we are joined by a fourth guest here. Here he is, as I play our intro. The other half of Excellent Money. Here he comes. Monk in the back, playing our intro. Okay, they've got it. They've got it. Okay, and here it is. And that is right. My other half of Excellent Money. We're all about the cash. We're all about the moolah. We're all about putting it in your jabronis' faces. Here he is. He is the money man himself. Let's hot tag him in. He is Marcus. There he is. Marcus having technical, no, not technical.
What's going on? What's going on? Listen, pop the champagne. Uh-oh. Yep, my laptop don't like it. My laptop is not feeling StreamYard. I'm going to re-enter. Nope.
So Marcus is going to re-enter live before they did in the whatever year Royal Rumble that was. Nope. So as he sorts that issue out, okay, he's gone. Sorry, Sam, for cutting you off. So yeah, you've got Tyler, respect you for you're doing your public speaking. I couldn't do that. I'd just say 2 minutes of a thing and go off stage. So yeah, full respect.
Yeah.
And Marcus has got the Wheel of Doom, so he'll be coming back, I presume. So quickly, what vibing up to? As usual, going to the gym. Made this at the craft thing I go to every single week. Of course, it says The Rock. What else would it say? And got 2K25 and played a little bit of it last night. The graphics are really, really good. It looks just like TV. It looks just like real life. The changes that I would want, obviously, I'm going to play Universe Mods. The changes I would want is like, for example, if Randy Orton took on The Rock, and this is just an example of what I would like in the game, if Randy Orton took on The Rock and he not broke his neck, but injured his neck in the next match, the commentators are talking about it, and The Rock comes out with a neck brace on to sell the injury to make it more real. Also, would like ads in the game, and that could even be the shop.com thing. But again, not playing Universe Mode. This might have it in. I know that they show bruises on the body now, so they are making it more real.
I heard that. Like they were doing that now. That's intense.
You can jump off the barricade and the LED thing, when you bump it, it breaks. So it's becoming more real, more like TV. Just you'll have to play Universe Mode to see if those things are in it. But yes. So let's hopefully he's here again and here he is. He is a money man, Marcus.
Yo, pop the champagne, get the shot of tequila. Excellent Money's in the building. Ching ching, bling bling is always Ted over here.
Nice.
And David, what have you been up to? Oh no, I know what you've been up to, and I will promote you in a second. But what else have you been up to? What have you got coming up in the next week or so? Let us know.
Oh man, I got a couple meetings coming up this week. I'm right now on my way to a St. Patrick's Day party. So I'll be here, let y'all know what's going on live from there. Man, what else we got? I got a couple appointments this week. Actually, I have a dentist appointment this week. I got to shine up my pearly white, so when I'm smiling and profiling, they know what's up. What else I got to do? I usually bring my daughter to school in the morning and pick her up at the evening time, so daddy duties are part of the agenda. But for the most part, I'm focused on releasing this magazine. The magazine that will be featuring your what's it called? Your Elimination Chamber review, and
Correct.
then working with the group to get Marcus in the next issue.
Is your daughter a wrestling fan or no? I don't know.
Kind of. Like she'll watch it with me if I ask her to, but she won't go out of her way to watch it. Like she liked the New Day a lot. I don't know if she's seen them since they've turned heel, but yeah, the New Day and the Usos are two of her favorite tag teams, and reasonably so.
Is she a fan of Naomi and Bianca or no?
She hasn't really watched it since they've had the limelight, so I don't know. I might get her into it and see what her take is of it. You know what I mean? To see such conflict between people of color and conflict, like you know what I mean, might help her understand another course as to how to deal with some of these things. So yeah.
Hopefully she becomes a long fan like all three of us. Maybe she watches it for the next 25 years like I've been doing.
Right? Oh, man.
Hey, you got to start them early.
Yep. That's for sure.
Up on screen right now, Candid Conversations. Go and watch my interview that David conducted. It was great to be on. Hopefully be on again. I don't mind being on once a month. But yeah, we talked all about women's wrestling, all different eras, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, the now era, whatever they call it. They wanted to call this. I think it's called the Renaissance era. I think Cody Rhodes named it. I don't know. But yes, go and check out the interview. And I really put over Marcus's channel that you must check out. And as Marcus tells us what he's been up to, he has the same as per usual. That's what I'm going to take a guess at. So it's before Marcus. My apologies. I will put up Sam's YouTube channel. So there it is. Quickly, Sam, tell us all about your YouTube channel.
Well, my YouTube channel is just my podcast, and I've actually done a little bit of Evolve. You will realize something else that I just realized that's been popping up with me. I created a new spin-off series with my podcast series called Autism Rocks and Rolls Podcast Hijack Series. It's where I have guests come on who have done work in the mental health field or autism field, and they hijack the show. And they literally talk about their work.
And you've said in the past, so there is the podcast thing. If anybody wants to go and support Sam, there it is right there. And you've said in the past you've had like WWE Hall of Famers on Kane, Mick Foley, Jet the Snake Roberts, Sabu. I think you had Sabu on. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you are incorrect. It was not Sabu, although I met Sabu before. It was RVD.
Okay.
I met RVD at our Resolution a couple of years ago, actually.
Great guy to meet, isn't he?
Yeah, nice guy. Really nice guy. Yeah, very humble, too.
Very chill. But yes, head over to Sam's podcast right there and his YouTube channel. And yeah, go and support Sam. Great. If you're interested in helping out autism or go and listen to his YouTube and his podcast. Sorry, Marcus, but here it is, your YouTube channel. That is always in the description, but here it is anyway. let us know, let the people know what you've been up to.
Well, this week is not just the usual week. I had an oral surgery on Wednesday. Well, it was a minor oral surgery, so no cheesesteak adventures for at least 2 weeks. So right now I'm just on the sideline, just eating my soft foods, and I just got done cleaning my apartment right now. Looks great as per usual. And yeah, just living the life of a minor oral surgery right now.
Have you been hitting the gym or just keeping fit at home?
Can't hit the gym.
You'd be surprised how much. You'd be surprised the amount of things that actually put strain on the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
In the gym, you need your bite force too, right?
I mean, right now I just can't. I can't eat certain foods, and working out is a no. I mean, they said I couldn't work out for 2 days, but rather than I don't want to just listen to what they're saying, so I'd rather just be safe and just not do it for 2 weeks. I mean, there was a point in time I didn't work out for 2 months, so I'm fine.
Okay.
But I will, as always, quickly promote your channel. Here it is. In a second, let me just take that off just for the second here. Of course, go and check off. We're at 51 subscribers now. Get him to 60, and hopefully this video right here helps convince you to go and check out Marcus's channel. That is right, as I said, in the description below. There's a video. And there it is on screen. Right there. No excuses not to head over, like, and subscribe. And as David said, hopefully we're working to get that food and drink review in the magazine. I think we really put eyes onto your channel, Marcus. And that Turamana tequila review, I think, yeah, doing WrestleMania weekend with a lot of eyes on the wrestling world. That's just a recommendation from me. So you don't have to take that recommendation, but I think it would be cool to have it that weekend.
Yeah, I gotta make it. Well, that's if I'm allowed. So we'll see what the future holds, because I also can't drink any alcohol.
Yeah, true. Yes. And WrestleMania is only 35 days away, so not that long.
Maybe by then I should get the thumbs up, but we'll see how this goes. If not, it is what it is. But more than likely, I feel like I will get the thumbs up, and I'll be able to do the Terramana review of either the Blanco, the Reposado, or the Añejo. So we'll see which one we'll be getting.
Marcus, make you do a mocktail if it comes down to it.
Yeah, good idea. But let's quickly.
I mean, it ain't alcohol.
Yeah. Can you get a mocktail tequila though? I don't think The Rock does mocktails, does he?
No, you can't do a mocktail with tequila. That defies the purpose.
Okay. I only drink real ale and yeah. I would try that. I mean, I might get The Rock's tequila whilst doing WrestleMania watch along, maybe.
Do they have it over there?
Yes.
Oh, all right. The things you learn.
£40. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but £40 a bottle.
That's more than $40.
Expensive, isn't it, for a bottle of tequila?
I mean, alcohol is expensive, man.
But yeah, David said he's going to be joining me for the watch along. So
Yes, sir. I will be there.
So I might get The Rock's tequila. We'll see. I might do. But then we were seeing Marcus there with his championship. Have you been enjoying TNA, Marcus? No,
I haven't been able to watch it. I don't have the TNA. I don't have the subscription yet.
Neither do I. I watch it on YouTube. Jakari Jackson and Lash Legend turned up last night. It was sacrifice. Where he was sacrificed.
I did see that.
Yeah, there. What's she called? WB name: Dana Brooke, Ash Byligans, and Heather. I think she's called Heather Byligans. Won the titles, and Lash and Jakara turned up. So we're now going to see the women's tag team title defending the WWE. That would be cool. Anyway, let's quickly move on to the next segment, which is all about the movie scene. So here it is. For today's movie talk, only 2 movies since last week. The first one was The Last Showgirl. There is a reason I watched it, because it stars none other than the Animal Batista, who's doing very well in movies. And much as I love The Rock, he kind of does one role. It's either action or comedy for like Moana and things like that. Batista can do everything, and that's what Batista wanted to do. He wanted to be a kind of an actor that could do any sort of role, and he does. So that's cool. Sam, have you caught any movies lately? Or what movies?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yes, Sam. Have you caught any movies lately?
Oh, okay. Wasn't paying attention there. So as far as movies, not a whole lot, but one I did see recently, my dad, was the new Venom 3, and it wasn't too bad. But I will say they did the ending of Venom really good. I was very impressed with the ending of Venom 3. Like, I think that was a good tribute, a good way to, end the Venom series. And then another movie I've seen through trying to think here. Clips was Temple Grandin. That's a movie about probably one of the biggest autism advocates out there, Temple Grandin. And if you want to understand autism, that's the movie I would recommend, because it's portrayed in a real life scenario and what it's really like to be on the autism spectrum.
That's a movie I've never heard of, but Venom 3. Yeah, well, I'm going to say is thank God they're not making another one. I think they dragged it out. They're popular, they're good, but they make so many before it gets boring. So. But did you think it ended perfectly on that, for them not to make another one, Sam, or no?
Here's the deal. If they make another one, they're dumber than rocks, because the way they ended Venom 3, in my view, was really good the way he came out. I think it was, to me, because the ending seemed like more of it wasn't rushed, and it seemed like more of a tribute. Like let me put it this way. If Venom had a funeral, that's the video I would want to see playing before the casket closed.
Yeah, good movie, but well, we'll have to wait and see. They probably won't make another one. I think it ended perfectly, but money talks. So they probably make another 10 Venom movies. Who knows? Second movie I watched, Mickey 17, where kind of like, I don't know if you're familiar with Doctor Who. I don't know if Marcus, David, Sam knows what Doctor Who is.
I mean, yeah.
He regenerates, so he never dies, he just regenerates into another person. That's kind of what Mickey 17 does. Regenerates and regenerates. Yeah, it was decent. So, yeah. The movie I do want to watch is Woody Harrelson. Is it called Final Breath? I think it'll call Final Breath, based on a true story where a diver is lost in the ocean and has to be found. And yeah, I like things like that. They're based on true stories that this actually happened. So yeah, cool. David, I know that you said you've not been watching any movies lately. Has that changed in the last week or no? Okay, now he's gone.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I'm going on.
Movies, have you watched any in the last week?
Movies, yes. And the thing is, I was listening, waiting for my time. I have been rewatching the Harry Potter series with my fiance. And yeah, it's been interesting because to go so far back in time and see them as they were, and know them as they are, it's like it's really just it's okay. It's just a interesting jump back. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. The flying
Go ahead.
car. Yeah, they just walk through walls, and yeah, so yeah, the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
I was leaving space for them to come back. Okay. Hold up.
And Mark, no, isn't a movie guy, but I suppose you've been watching sports. What sports have you been watching?
Well, it's college basketball. It's about to get to the part of the time of the year. Sam knows this probably really well. March Madness is a thing. It's where all the colleges are playing their absolute best, or they better be, or else they can't enter into the tournament that happens every March. So I've been watching been watching these conference tournaments. I've been watching some baseball because they're in spring training. And I've been watching the NBA, which is the National Basketball Association, as well as some NHL, which is hockey. So I've been watching my sports as I always do.
Have you been to see hockey live or ever or no?
Yeah, I've been to a hockey game. I've been to a couple hockey games. Been to a couple hockey games. Been to a couple NBA games.
If you ever come to Canada, sorry, if you ever come to Canada, you gotta check the CEBL. It's a Canadian Elite Basketball League. It's like a junior NBA kind of thing, but they play hard.
Oh, I believe it. That's their goal. The goal for them is to get to the NBA. So, or to at least be on the Raptors or something. So I totally believe that. One day if I'm ever in Canada and the season's going on, I will absolutely do that for sure. I do aspire to visit Montreal one day, but yeah, that's what I've been watching.
The home of the screw job all those many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, small little 10-second break here as always, and then I'll say about the last show I've been to. That should take about a minute, and then we'll get some wrestling chatter. But here you go. Enjoy, people at home. Yes. That is right. Protein Tees, Goldman's one. As I always say, if you cannot purchase a t-shirt, get it shared. Highly appreciated. So yes, I've been to a show last Sunday. Let's get into that right now. So Wrestling Days Out with Ricky Goldman. Like I said, I went to a show last week just ahead of Revolution. Nice local show to me. Nice smooth train ride there and back. Yeah, good enough show. I really like indie wrestling. I don't know if David goes to indie wrestling, but if not, I think obviously WWE is the show, but indie wrestling is the place to be because you see, future WWE, it's really cheaper, up close in your face. You can meet the wrestlers afterwards. So yeah, indie wrestling is where it's at. But yeah, good enough show. We got a Monsters Brawl match. It was cool to see one of those matches live. The next one I'm at is next Saturday, called Rise here in the UK. It's hardcore wrestling. So I do want to try every aspect of wrestling. I'm not the biggest hardcore wrestling fan, but yes, I'll be going to that. David, do you go to any indie wrestling or no? As he's muted himself.
Yes, I do go to indie wrestling. I like checking out the CWF. That's the Canadian Wrestling Federation. You can find them at 203 Carlton Road in St. Catharines. That's basically the CWF arena. Shout out to everybody doing their thing over there. They got a hell of a show. And yeah, check it out if you're in Niagara.
Yeah, I do like indie wrestling. Like I said, with the UK, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Shane Comfort, the handler names, they were on the indie scene in the UK, and so let's all grapple in a fatal four-way match. In a four corners match, let's see who can touch the corners first, because it is time for this right here. So that is right, wrestling roundup, starting with Revolution. So I'll quickly run through the 0 hour buy-in pre-show and then get to the main card. Revolution was good. Did he leave me wanting? This is a problem with AEW pay-per-views. They leave it all on the pay-per-views, and the pay-per-views are good. It wasn't bad. I didn't think, oh, I just wasted 3 hours, 4 hours of my life. I'm never getting back. What a load of crap. But did he leave me wanting more? Did he want me then turn into Dynamite or Collision? No. So, whereas WWE, like as I said earlier, I've been watching for 25 years, and some people have a break and walk away from wrestling and come back. I haven't in those 25 years. But in 25 years, I've never thought, I never want to see another Raw again or another SmackDown again. No, give me more and more. But let's quickly go through the 0 hour in 1 second from now. And so, Commander and Hologram. Hologram's getting a good push. I suppose there's that. They knocked off Lee Johnson and Blake Christian. Okay. Daniel Garcia and the Undisputed Kingdom defeated the Shane Taylor Promotions. So their TNT champion is in a throwaway match on their pre-show. Okay. And Big Boom AJ and the Conglomeration defeating Johnny TV and MXM Collection. Again, okay. So let's get to the main card. Hangman Adam Page securing a win against MJF. I didn't, unfortunately, saw the ending of this match, or they can't come in on the match, but Mercedes Moné retaining against Momo Watanabe. Momo's good, but so Marcus, any thoughts on MJF losing to Hangman and Mercedes Moné retaining? Any thoughts?
It's actually pretty surprising that Hangman won. I mean, once again, it's been a while since I watched AEW, but anytime I hear that MJF kind of lost, I'm kind of like, oh, for real? So.
And Mercedes retaining, any thoughts?
No.
Okay. Sam, anything to add about those two matches?
Go on. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. And David, you don't watch AEW, do you? Or don't watch the pay-per-views anyway? I'll take that as a no. Swerve Strickland, I swerve when I drive. He's your number one contender. Defeating Ricochet. Yeah, this was the right call. You know, the people still love Swerve. Okada returning against Brody King. Okay, I guess I'll go to Marcus. Sorry, Sam first. Any thoughts about Okada returning and Swerve Strickland becoming your number one contender?
Okay.
Okay, Marcus, any thoughts?
Listen, I don't know much about Okada, like I said, so I wish Brody King would have won that. That would have definitely been a boost for his career. And Swerve, I mean, it's funny because I barely know anything about Swerve as well, other than the fact that he was AEW World Champion. So, I mean, it's cool that he's back in the title picture.
And former Cruiser, I think he won the North American Championship when he was back in WWE.
That's before I was watching NXT.
The Hurts, Marcus' favorite tag team, the Hurt People, the Hurt Syndicate,
Yeah, they hurt people.
The Outrunners, squash match. I'm surprised no promo or vignette saying that Cedric's coming in. Surely they can do that. They don't have to. I know he's at the 90-day compete isn't up, but they can still say he's coming in, can't they? Or can they not? Can they not? Do they have to wait? Marcus?
I think it all depends on what's the if there is a 90-day clause and what's in that clause about promoting a wrestler. I mean, AEW has never really promoted anybody who has been released from WWE and done any vignettes. So other than Brody Lee, I've never seen him do vignettes for anybody else.
They teased, and it was a small, little, subtle tease for a Mercedes coming in. I think misspelt. He said boss turn, and they separated, and they made a double S. So you knew that she's coming in, but that's the only tease they've done. And then Punk coming into AEW, it was in Chicago, and people just guessed it was CM Punk was going to be there. Tony Storm. Tony Storm returning against Mariah May, pouring with blood. If you've seen the picture on the internet, 4 or 5 staples. Just she's abusing her body for a hardcore match that I'm not going to remember after this review. This is not a WrestleMania main event where the world is talking. I couldn't even tell you the full card for Full Gear. I couldn't tell you the full card for World's End. Whereas I can tell you the full card for Survivor Series and Saturday Night main events. I couldn't even tell you the main event for either World's End or Full Gear. Because it's just all mashed together. It's just match after match. No breather. You can't digest the matches. It's just, here goes the next match. It's like, okay. Good match, even though I don't really like matches really like this. It's just, like taping the hands and using glass and just okay. They were telling a story, but again, abusing a body for what? A match that no one's gonna remember. So, match number 8, 9 of 10 or 11 or whatever it was. But Marcus, your thoughts on the Hurt Syndicate retaining and Tony Storm retaining?
I mean, obviously, the Hurt Syndicate getting the dub is what I like to hear, because they hurt people. I disagree with you so strongly about the Tony Storm and Mariah May match. You are tripping, brother. When I tell you, listen, maybe because you're only been watching WWE for 25 years and you don't understand. But let me tell it from a perspective of someone that's been watching for, 28 years, been watching wrestling. And that my favorite promotion of all time is the promotion that got started in my home city of Philadelphia, ECW. First of all, hardcore wrestling is wrestling. Let's put it like that. That's number one. Second, these people put their bodies on the line regardless. Jumping off the turnbuckle, you're risking injury. All right, hitting the ropes, you're risking injury. All the things that you do in wrestling, you're beating up your body. Number 3, these women are telling a story that was so gravitating that literally they had the best female feud. Had the best female feud. Not do, because they ended it. But if their feud was still going on, it would be the best one that's happening in all of women's wrestling. Because Mariah May was so close to Tony Storm. She pretty much was Tony Storm. She was Tony Storm Jr. And Mariah May betrayed her. Tony had to go lose herself, then regain herself. Had to play the best acting job in the world, which was her losing herself. This was a blood feud. This is what the definition of a blood feud is. I'm sorry to see CM Punk and Drew, but fuck that. These two women did not need that. They went all out doing what they do best. They told a story in a magnificent way too, kicking each other's ass, making each other bleed. That's what wrestling is all about. So this match will honestly be remembered as one of the most brutal women's matches of all time.
Maybe to the AEW fans, by the time Dynasty comes around, I'll have forgotten all about this match. Not forgotten all about it, but I couldn't tell you spot by spot what happened. They'd be like, they were both bleeding.
You're also an AEW hater, so, you know.
No.
Yes. Strong hater for AEW. And that's okay. That's okay. I accept that you're a hater. But what I'm saying is don't hate on the people that's doing the job. Don't hate on people that's sacrificing their bodies to make sure that they get seen, that they're talked about, that they're heard. And I think these two ladies tore the house down.
I don't hate AEW because I won't watch any. I won't cover it at all. I won't watch anything of it. It would just be strictly WWE, and that's it. AEW is easy to dislike because of 10,000 matches on the card. They all feel just as one. Nothing really stands out. The pay-per-views are overloaded. It go too long and just and they leave it all on the pay-per-view and leave nothing for their TV shows, whereas WWE are the other way around sometimes. And the Tony Storm thing, I would like to have done the time, been a rock star Tony Storm, I suppose it was. That should have gone a little bit longer rather than a couple of weeks, but that's just me. Kenny Omega, your new international champion. Glad to tell the story, and the story was because
you didn't ask no one else's opinion. You didn't ask no one else's opinion.
Sam, your thoughts on Tony Storm returning and Hurt Syndicate returning?
You know, here's the deal. We have two different views. Maybe I should go watch that Tony Storm match and be the judge for myself.
I like that.
That's fine, David. David can't be in here much longer. That's fine.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing a great job. You know what I mean? It's a little active over here, and I don't want to take away from what you're doing.
That's fine. We'll see you again next week if you're available or whenever.
Yeah, next week I don't have anything planned, so I'll be able to pop in for a bit. We'll shoot the breeze, talk about what's happening in between the ropes.
That's right. And thank you for being on. And thank you.
No problem, man. I had to come at least for a little bit because, you know what I mean, whenever His Excellence is in the building, you got to know something great's about to happen. Money Marcus, the Emperor.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We got a nice thing going on here. I want to be a part of this, and definitely gonna chill in for the wrestling WrestleMania. So if not before then, you'll definitely see me around WrestleMania time for that watch.
Right, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bless up. Block out.
All right.
Sam, you go and watch the Tony Storm match yourself, I suppose. Because there are different opinions here, Marcus. Just from my review, just from maybe pictures you've seen, loved it. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the match, but just I thought when she had the staples in her head, I just thought, for what? For a match that I'm not going to remember. I'll forget that match soon. Kenny Omega, your new international champion. The story was Kenny's real life injury, diverticulitis. He had the same thing that Brock Lesnar had. So they were really focusing on that. Takeshita gets better and better and better each match. Yeah, cool that Omega's new champion. Well, Ospreay goes over Cal Fletcher in a steel cage match. Now, you want to talk about brutal? This was just ridiculous. Spanish fly from the top, kick out. Using screwdrivers, kick out. Using barbed wire, kick out. Unprotected chair shots, kick out. They were covered with blood and just like, ugh. Drinking each other's blood and just, ugh. AEW's hardcore thing. This appeals to the bloodthirsty hardcore marks. They'll love it. Again, I didn't hate it, but You're kicking out by being stabbed from a screwdriver and a Spanish fly from the top, and they're kicked out. Okay. Again, it's all a great story, but very unrealistic. If I'm being stabbed in the head with a screwdriver, I'm probably dead or not getting up. So, Sam, your thoughts of Omega, the new international champion, and Kyle Fletcher losing to Will Ospreay?
Both are okay.
And Marcus, any thoughts?
I didn't even know that. Only thing I saw on Instagram was a Spanish fly. I ain't seen nothing else.
Barbed wire around the arm as he was going for the hidden blade, stabbing with the screwdriver. Just ugh. But your thoughts on Omega winning the international championship?
I'm tired of that dude. I hate that man.
Fair enough. And your main event that got turned into a triple threat match courtesy of Christian Cage catching in, and I thought he was going to do it, but he didn't. But he protected Edge, your Corp. John Moxley still your AEW World Champion. A lot of people are complaining about this. I thought it protected Edge. Overall, a decent pay-per-view, which I'll give a mid-card 2. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view. I'm not saying that. What a load of crap that was. I'm never watching AEW ever again. Get it off my TV. But it just didn't leave me wanting more. And that's the problem with AEW. They put it all out there, leaving you with nothing, not leaving you wanting more. Marcus, your thoughts on Omega retaining and cashing in?
You asked me about Omega retaining.
Moxley.
I think it would have been cool to see Cope with the title, but I mean, AEW relies on Moxley, so it's all right.
Yeah. I know you've got Swerve versus Moxley at Dynasty. Does Swerve take the title back? What do you think?
I would hope so, but yeah, I would hope so. Because, once again, it's cool to keep having Moxley around it, but come on. Let someone else get a turn.
And Swerve is popular, obviously, because of Prince of Nana, the dance. So I would like Swerve to do it, but it's Tony Khan going back to former WWE guys. It's just pushed his own talents and not former WWE, because you have certain people that we'll talk about later in news and rumors, headlines, coming to WWE because they get fed up where they are. They get pushed out because they're not former WWE.
I'll tell you this: it's hard to push your own people when in the writing of it all, they're not involved in those storylines in which we can put them in the title picture. Like I can't tell you what's going on with AEW because I don't watch it. I don't watch Collision. I don't watch Dynamite. I don't watch Rampage, if that's even a thing still.
No,
I don't watch it.
Not Rampage not anymore. The Rampage.
I mean, but I don't watch it, right? I only watch SmackDown and NXT, and that's if I catch SmackDown, because sometimes I don't want to watch SmackDown. I'd rather watch just NXT. That's just what I'd rather watch at this moment in time. But it's hard to push your own people, quote unquote, your own people when it's hard to push your own people when they're not even involved in the storylines that makes it make sense.
MJF was champion for over a year, so
yeah, but like once again, what storylines he involved in now that's around the championship? Probably nothing.
Nothing, yeah, just there. Yeah. But Sam, any thoughts on Moxley retaining? Have you got any thoughts about that?
Like it's more of an ordeal. Like I said, I think it would have been better off to finish the Copeland Christian Cage feud instead of adding Moxley in. But that's just my feud.
Yeah, yeah, would have made more sense if that was for a title rather than not being for a title, because they're going to feud. But what are they feuding for? But so let's quickly get to Dynamite. I'll quickly run through it. So the Ops and talk about leaving it all on pay-per-view and leaving nothing for their TV show. But the Ops defeated Vinny Pacifico, Gabriel Arios, and Eli Theus. Who I don't know. I have no idea. But 3 jobbers. Hologram and Will Ospreay, no, Will Hobbs. So again, Hologram's getting a push, and that's cool. But Hologram and Will Ospreay over Brian Cage and Dralistico. Speedball Mike Bailey knocked off the Beast Mortis. Takeshka over Max Caster. Willow Nightingale over Penelope Ford. And Orange Cassidy over some Mexican guy, Hechirichio or something. I don't know his name. I'm going to butcher his name there. It doesn't really matter because he's a jobber anyway. And yeah, jobber rating, I think. But so let's get to Monday Night Raw. They kicked off with Yeet Jey Uso over Grayson Waller. Okay, builds momentum for Jey heading into WrestleMania. And then after the match, Gunther attacks Jey. So this is his story here, going into WrestleMania. Jey can't overcome Gunther, but he's going to finally do it on the big dance. Not much of a story, but there it is. Okay, cool, yeah. The New Day defeated in a tornado tag match Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio taking the pain. Why couldn't Dragon Lee have took the pain? You do not treat a Hall of Famer this way. But a mass superstar, we all know it was Chad Gable, came out in a lucha mask saying American Alpha. Now people are saying this is a certain other high flyer, which we'll get into in news and headlines, but I hope this is not how they bring him in. Please, no. He'll get lost in the shuffle right away. And why would a Mexican wrestler be in American Alpha? That's what the rumors are. That's how they're bringing somebody in. But no. So, Marcus, your thoughts of Jey over Grayson and New Day over Rey and Dragon Lee?
I think it's cool that, they got to build up Jey for his WrestleMania matchup against Gunther. It was cool. And, the New Day defeating Dragon Lee and Rey, keeps that feud going on. Hopefully it's something that we get at WrestleMania between, the New Day or in whatever's going on with that feud.
Yeah. Could be New Day versus a certain brother tag team, perhaps. Mm-hmm. That's how they bring him in. I hope they don't bring him in and join American Alpha. That would make no sense. He's Mexican.
Well, it actually would make sense because it could be like, I don't want to be underneath my brother's shadow.
Okay. Sam, your thoughts of Jey defeating Grayson Waller and New Day going to win against Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee?
Muted, realize that. When it comes to Jey Uso and Gunther, I have a gut feeling, and I know a lot of people like this Jey Uso, but I think he's just overrated in my view. And as much as I want Gunther to win, I think Jay's going to do it. The reason is my view didn't, let's think about it. The Royal Rumble convinced me that he's got a chance. When I saw that, man, I was mind baffled. And because they're trying to build Jey Uso up, I think it's going to happen again, and it's going to be Jey Uso with the championship up above. What I'm more interested in, though, is this Austin Theory and Grayson Waller ordeal, because let's be honest, it seems like Austin Theory at some point is going to turn on Grayson Waller. Now, I get where they're going. I kind of agree. Austin Theory's career needs a new direction, but I don't think he's going to be a good babyface. I think there are just some wrestlers meant to be a heel, like The Miz. Miz sucks as a babyface, let's be honest. He's meant to be a heel. Austin Theory, same way. He's meant to be a heel. If he goes babyface, and this is just my opinion, it's not going to work out. I'm not saying I'm not open to it. I'm just thinking it won't work out.
Yeah, he's got the look of a heel, just the muscles, the smugness, and just yeah. And I think Grayson Waller's a good heel, so they've been teasing the breakup for a while now, so maybe they're finally gonna, as they say, pull the trigger. But you're also taking another tag team away from Ron. Ron is all the tag teams he can get, so I wouldn't do that. But I'm not the booker. Triple H is, so. But speaking of tag teams, your thoughts on New Day defeating Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee?
Well, here's the deal. I think this New Day with the heel, now that we got to know them after their turn, has a chance of making it on the same level as Dominic. But I think they need to get rid of the name. They need to change their name to something else. What name in particular, I don't know. But it shouldn't be the New Day. Because let's be honest, the New Day seems positive. It needs to be something kind of negative. And in my view, they need to change up, the way they kind of wrestle, kind of. Kofi Kingston's kind of done it with the way he looks. Because Kofi kind of looks like now you want to punch him in the face. But Xavier Woods, no. They need to change up their wrestling style. They need to change up their name. They just need to make a whole lot of changes if they're going to make it into the heel side of it.
Yeah, you are right. The New Day sounds very positive. It's a new day, a new start, a new beginning, but yeah. I don't know.
Call it the bad day.
The bad, yeah. The bad day. They could call that the bad day. Yeah, that would work.
The bad days, that would work, or like I don't want to say negative day, but bad day's probably my best bet.
We'll get onto WWE right away then, and we'll suggest to Triple H the bad day. But as of WrestleMania was 40 days away, again, still a note for myself, but Logan Paul came out and Andrew Schultz, some comedian, was in the front row. He got pulled over the barrier. Logan was going to suplex him. Here comes AJ Styles to make the save. Logan walks off. Looks like them two at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes came out. Ugh. He said everything he needed to say on SmackDown, so it was just more of the same. And poor Cody, Rock and Cena are away making movies or whatever the Rock's doing, and Cody's there to kind of pick up the pieces. He's the one there building this storyline. Otherwise, it wouldn't get built because the Rock's busy and John Cena's busy. But Sam, your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes promo and Logan, Andrew Schultz, AJ Styles?
Well, I forgot to give the one with the tag team with Alpha Academy. I know you said earlier, no, I'm bringing Rey Fenix, but based on what I've seen, I think that's the way they're going to bring him in, which is I'm kind of with you on that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes promo and AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Andrew Schultz?
Right. AJ Styles and Logan Paul, I think they could have done something better instead of bringing in a celebrity to make them WrestleMania contenders. I think they could have done something else. Maybe Logan costing AJ a match would have made more sense than just doing that whole spiel with Andrew Schultz. And Cody Rhodes promo, same thing. But I will admit this. For the first time ever since growing up, I'm actually interested in John Cena.
Really? Did you like the
Yes.
Cena? I loved the Cena heel turn. Very well done. It was like cinema. Did you like it, Sam?
Yes, I love the heel Cena because the babyface Cena, as a kid, you love it. Every kid loves John Cena. Let's be honest. But when you grow up, you realize, oh, wrestling's not about just all the merchandise, all the bright colors. It's all about, you can't see me. You want to actually see a match, a wrestling match. Now, heel Cena, this might be interesting because he might be able to actually now pull off a character that is attractive to adults, which I think growing up is what I want. And now bring in the wrestling attire and back it up.
Yeah, what do you think is new? He can't come out to the shorts and the wristbands and the hat. No, he can't still dress like a 10-year-old. So what do you think? What do you think his new look's going to be?
No.
Would you change up his theme music? Would you change up everything? His moveset, look, and theme music.
So what I would change is definitely the moveset. Kinda. I would keep like his comeback, but he does the fine knuckle shuffle. I wouldn't raise the hand. Maybe instead do this. But I would also with his new. I would definitely change his theme music. Definitely do that for sure. Now, what could you do though? That's kind of the problem with this heel turn. It's like he's been a babyface for so long.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm here. Don't worry. Just someone wanted to call me. I told him I'd get back with them. But anyway, people love the Thugonomics. Here's the problem. They say, bring back the Thugonomics character. Well, here's the problem. People love the Thugonomics character. So, with this thing, you got to make this whole new character. And what is that? I'm looking from a creative side. I don't know. Like, you got to come up with a really genius idea to make this work. Or otherwise, this heel turn will go to the shithole.
And he definitely needs to change his look. He can't come out wearing the wristbands and the hat and the colourful T-shirts.
Yeah, maybe make it black. I know it's maybe don't do like a Hulk Hogan NWO ordeal, but maybe make it black and then like it'd be kind of cool if you did like a NWO black and red.
I think, as I've said, unfortunately, The Rock's not going to be on Raw, but I've said The Rock should completely control his mind. The Rock might be there, but it's not advertised. So he's probably not going to be. The Rock comes out, says, "Here's the new John Cena." He goes, whatever it does, and then The Rock cuts it and says, "We don't want that anymore. Here's your new music." He comes out wearing the John Cena gear, but then he brings in a trash can and says, "Put it in there. You dress how these people want you to dress. Now I want you to dress how I want you to dress." Put that stuff in the trash, burns it, actually sets it on fire in the trash can, burns it all, and then you see a new John Cena from there, I think.
But here's the deal, too. I think still, even though John Cena hasn't talked on why, I think John Cena needs to say something about why. But what I won't do is be like this big elaborate promo where it says, "Well, I turn on my fans because da-da-da-da-da-da." It needs to be something simple, such as, "I sold my soul because everyone's breath smells." I know it's a bad example, but you get the drift.
Yeah. If he comes out and just does mic drop again, what a waste of time.
Right. When it worked with the Elimination Chamber, but I think now we kind of need to know, I turned my back because my soul, you guys didn't do shit for me when I came back.
If he comes out and Cody says all of this stuff and he goes and just walks off, No, he needs to say something. But I'm leaving Marcus
Yeah,
out.
even if it's something simple.
Out to this, my apologies. So I don't know if you've heard of Andrew Schultz, Marcus.
Oh, I love Andrew Schultz. He's hilarious.
So yeah,
So he was there to promote his Netflix comedy special. So I mean, obviously, WWE doesn't deal with Netflix, so anything that they're promoting or someone that they're promoting is going to be there. AJ Styles came out for the save. That's cool. Cody, whatever. Cody has to keep the thing alive because he's dealing with 2 part-timers, so that's cool too. So as far as what y'all was saying about John Cena, yes, I agree with the all black, but I think John Cena just come out with a suit on. Fuck the sneakers. Fuck the headband, the hat.
That's a good idea, actually.
The shorts. Make him come out in a suit, right? And just be like, it was time to grow up. I was tired of Make-A-Wish. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. It was time to grow up. Forget the jorts. I left that crap at home. I have him rock trunks to wrestle, and when he's coming out there for a promo, only wear suits.
That's a good idea. Or here's an idea. What we could do, and I'm sorry to interrupt, is but I got an idea. Turn it back to 1999 on those, where back in 1999 we know Vince McMahon played an evil corporate boss, right? The Rock was obviously the corporate champion. What if we did that similar, except this time The Rock plays the role as Vince McMahon, the evil final boss, John Cena as the evil corporate champion. And it's similar to 1999 Rock and Stone Cold, except John Cena is The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is Cody Rhodes.
That could work. With them now saying the F-bomb, Convention Chamber, saying arsehole on commentary, CM Punk running to the Rock and punching out, but he still did it. With things like that, does Cena come out and go after the kids, or would you leave that alone? Does he not mention the kids?
Leave the kids alone, but just go after the fact that it's just like, listen, I had to change. Clearly, what I was doing wasn't working. I lost the Royal Rumble. I had to do what I had to do during the Elimination Chamber. If I want to be the 17-time world champion, I had to dig deep. I had to go hard. I had to go to a place I've never been before, or a place I haven't been in a very long time. But y'all didn't understand that. So since y'all don't understand, he either could say "fuck you" or "screw y'all."
I'd have it as time's running out. He's only got 7 months left. Where was being this?
Right, but here's what I hope. I do hope this though. If John Cena in his last match is a heel, dumb. I'm sorry, but
yes, I agree.
don't think, because of, as much as you know, I don't like John Cena, I'll admit it, but he's done a lot for the business. I mean, you could argue he's a pioneer, and in my opinion, John Cena in his last match, whatever it is, whoever it's against, should not be booed out of the damn building.
Agreed.
I'll give you in a second how you're turning backstage, but he comes out saying, and I was this, okay, use a line what the Rock used, I was this fruity pebble hero for all of you. Where's it got me? Time's running out, I've got 7 months left and I don't want that championship. Where's it got me? I was putting smiles on your faces. As he said at the Rumble press conference, he sat in the crowd, he's been a gimmick, he's drunk beer with the fans. Where's it got him? Nowhere. He's lost before Chamber, lost over 2,000 days. How are you getting face? He wins at Mania, loses to Punk at SummerSlam. Rock gets some rock bottoms in, that turns him face, he goes off again till whenever, and then comes back as face, comes back as the John Cena we all know and love, I suppose. Well, Sam doesn't love him, but you know what I mean. Raquel Rodriguez knocked off Bailey. A little bit surprising here, Bailey taking the L, but also they're pushing Raquel. Cool. So now Raquel is going to face Lyra next week for the Women's IC Championship. Okay. Michael Cole interviewed Io Sky in the ring. Bianca Belair came out. Rhea Ripley did. Io's getting pie face and pushed out the picture as if she wasn't even there. And this is someone just won the women's world title. And they're like, Bianca's pushing her, Rhea's pushing her. This is leading to a triple threat at Mania. I didn't really like that, but okay, I didn't like it. And I'll go over the main event and then get your thoughts on all three. Seth Rollins won, technically, beat CM Punk in a steel cage match. Really good main event. Roman Reigns is back, pulls out Seth Rollins, therefore Seth Rollins beat the ground, he won. Destroys Rollins with his own move, a stomp. Heyman is hugging Punk, bringing him to his feet. Reigns doesn't like this, kills CM Punk, not kills him, but destroys CM Punk. There we go, there's your triple threat, and probably Mania Night 1 main event. Opening match is my rating. So Marcus, your thoughts on Raquel beating Bailey, the Io, Rhea, and Bianca thing, and Rollins beating Punk, and Reigns being back.
I guess about Raquel beating Bailey. I mean, I'm not the biggest Raquel Rodriguez fan. The promo segment with Io, Bianca, and Ripley. I mean, obviously they're not respecting Io, but they better because she's the champion. The Roman Reigns thing with Seth. I mean, he calls Punk the match. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, I mean, once again, I ain't watch it, so.
And I feel like I said, I think that's Night 1 main event. I don't think anything else. Like I said,
I don't see that as the main event. I see that as the semi-main, but not the main.
35 days away, and there's nothing. The matches are building, they're heating up, and that's good. But Drew versus Priest, no.
Gunther versus Jay. Main event, Night 1.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But Triple H did say on the press conference at the Chamber, what matches have got the biggest storylines going into Mania. That's what main events. So I think there's a lot in there. Reigns and Rollins have had 10 years of history. Now you're really adding CM Punk. So I think they do Rollins, Reigns, and the favour is CM Punk not to be in the match. That's the favour. So that's going to be what the favour is. What else is it? No one knows. But Sam, your thoughts on Bailey beating to Raquel, Io, Rhea, and what's the other Bianca thing? Reigns being back and costing Rollins a match.
Well, all right. So Raquel and Bailey, okay. It's probably a way just to build Raquel up. Because let's be honest, I think what's going to happen with this Raw Women's Championship on the Raw side, Liv's going to beat everybody, right? But here comes Raquel. That's your person who's going to beat, I bet, Liv Morgan. Maybe, well, she's not the champion anymore, but I bet one day we're going to have a breakup between Raquel and Liv. Someday down the road. But now with this Seth and CM Punk and Roman, here's what I think. It was done nicely, but here's the problem. It's the right people, and it was done correctly, but it was at the wrong place. This should have happened at the Chamber.
Mm. Yeah, but would have Reigns returning have overshadowed? Well, probably not overshadowed Cena. Cena's turning was massive, but he probably didn't want to take away from Cena turning. I think Reigns would have definitely done that.
You think so?
I don't have to I have to disagree with that. I think it would
Yeah,
be equal.
I'm with Sam. I think Cena being heel goes over Roman.
It's a distraction. It's like, oh look, Reigns is back, and then I don't know. Maybe Reigns wants to work on the chain, and maybe he wants to work the big day, the big paydays, and MSG is a big payday for him. So I don't know. I'm not Paul Heyman. I'm not Reigns' agent, so I don't know. But Sam, your rating for Raw, so between Jobber and main event, or Jobber opening match, mid-card, main event.
I would say each. I would say for Rob is a mid card, and at your
Okay.
average show, not the worst I've seen, but it's not like the best I've seen.
So moving to NX of the T, it was Roadblock that we kicked off a wonderful, delightful way with the Hardy Boys showing why they are the greatest tag team in all of space and time. Retaining the TNA tag team titles against Fraxium, but if you watched the interview like I did later on that they did backstage, Hardy Boys aren't done. They want the NXT tag team titles. So as I said, rematch at Stand and Deliver. Whether the Hardy Boys do it there or not is another question for another day. Jordan Grace knocked off Roxanne Perez in a hard-fought match. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. So your thoughts, Marcus, about the Hardy Boys wonderfully returning and Jordan Grace defeating Roxanne Perez?
About time that Jordan Grace got her lick back. Finally, thank you. And damn, Roxanne, go away. Damn, just go to the main roster. Go away. Leave this alone. Hopefully that's her last thing that she does for NXT. And then she just put on ice until after WrestleMania. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And of course, it's once again, it's always a delight to see the Hardys. And the fact that they beat, Fraxium is great. But we need to see them face off Fraxium again before the NXT tag title. I think it'll be awesome.
Do you think Hardy's take the the NXT tag titles, the tag titles have never won? The only tag title.
That actually would be history because that means they hold what? They hold I know they hold TNAs. I know they also hold the promotion that Westside Gun runs. They hold that tag title. They hold another tag title. So I think it would be great if they do it. Because at this point, it's just like, yeah, hell yeah, give it to them.
For me, like I said, every tag team they've won: WWE, WWF, SmackDown, Raw, Ring of Honor, TNA,
WCW.
Were they WCW tag team champions? Okay, right.
During the invasion angle, yeah.
I barely remember that. I don't remember. I think I raised everything out the invasion angle. It wasn't the best.
You tripping? You tripping? I love the invasion angle. That's one of my favorite angles of all time.
Some bits of it were good, but a lot of it were. Because Vince didn't like that he didn't create any of these guys, so he wanted to bury most of them. But Sam, your thoughts of the Hardy Boys returning and Jordan Grace knocking off Roxanne Perez?
So you with your Roxanne Perez, I'm with you. Just go to the main roster. You've been in NXT long enough, and you've earned a spot at the main roster. Your work proves it. The way you wrestle proves it. You got history. Like, you deserve to go to the main roster. Time to quit being NXT. You've earned your stars on that. Now, with the Hardys, though, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the Hardys should be in NXT. They should be on the main roster again. Because in my view, you're overshadowing some of the talent. And with some, it works. Like Dominic Mysterio, like him going to NXT was a good idea. He needs to get experience. Baron Corbin going to NXT, great. He was lost in the shuffle. Going to NXT rejuvenated him. But the Hardys, no. They don't need to be rejuvenated or they don't need extra training. They're fine on the main roster. Because you've seen them wrestle before. What are they doing it for? Are you lost in the shuffle and are you that... Do you feel like you're that bad that you have to go back to NXT?
I suppose it's filling up NXT, and again, me and Marcus have said week in, week out, NXT's the brand, you know, where anything can happen. Anyone can turn up, from the main roster to legend to TNA to Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints. Anything can happen on NXT, so I don't mind the Hardy Boys being there at all, really. But over Femi in a war against Moose, retain his NXT Championship. Yeah, really good match. There were times that they got me. I thought Moose is winning this, but that's what it's all about. They're meant to get you. But yeah, good match. Javon Evans in a street fight match, a really storytelling ending. Whatever he's calling it, the springboard cutter, RKO from the ropes with a chair around Ethan Page's neck. Got the 1, 2, 3. Brutal match. This is the type of match I like. No blood involved, no craziness involved. And a big win for Javon Evans. Ethan Page. And we'll quickly go over the main event. The main event, of course, Marcus wants to talk about, and is very well happy about. And he got it surprised. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to end in double DQ. Fatal Influence going to hit the ring and take both out, or Julia was winning. But no. Stephanie Vaquer, your brand new double champion. So NXT Women's Champion is still Women's North American Champion. Interesting what they do with that. Surely they're not going to write it on TV yet. Are they going to do what they did with Keith Lee? And he has to give up one title, and he had the 2 titles. They're probably going to do that. But yeah, shocker. Like I said, I thought double DQ or at least Julia winning. Julia now move up to the main roster. Is that the plan for her? I thought it was going to be Roxanne Perez, Jordan Grace versus Julia at Stand and Deliver. Maybe still go that way. It was a threat. But my rating for NXT, yeah, solid. Just below main event. The solid card. It was what it was. So, Sam, your thoughts on Obafemi retaining, Javon Evans over Ethan Page, Vaquer winning, and rating for it?
Everything you said is pretty much what I think. And the rating, I'm with you. Maybe mid-card, but close to main event.
Okay. I'll quickly get Marcus's thoughts. Marcus, Obafemi retaining and Ethan Page losing to Javon Evans. Your thoughts?
I mean, the match with Oba and Moose went by kind of fast. I kind of didn't like that. It was kind of like a quick match. I don't know. They could have went longer and took away from Javon and Ethan, to be honest with you. I mean, of course, Javon getting the dub is cool. I mean, of course, you don't like the blood and stuff, but like, honestly, there should have been some blood involved in that match. Ain't no way you're going to break my jaw and then all I do is beat you I pay you 1, 2, 3. Nah, I need blood. Screw that. So, but of course, that's WWE style of a street fight, whatever, bitches. And of course, I'm happy about Stephanie Vaquer beating Julia. Hell yeah! I like Stephanie Vaquer more than Julia. So I love seeing what I saw. That's dope. I love it. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Stephanie Vaquer. And I'm curious about what they're going to do with Julia. My rating for NXT I'm gonna give it main event. It was a main event draw.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad show at all. The Javon Evans even paid was brutal. Like they steal the RKO or whatever it was into the chair, like I said. Yeah, looked like he really connected. So yeah, well, let's quickly speed right into speed. Ivor over, unfortunately, your favourite, Marcus, Dominic Mysterio lost on speed.
No.
He's not even going to win the Speed Championship. So, next week you're getting Ivor Dragon Lee for the Speed Championship. I'll give Speed a only match. Evolve brought it this week. So, Stevie Turner from NXT came out. She ran down the card. Harlan Lewis is definitely one to watch. He's a big guy. He knocked off Braxton Cole. Keanu Carver, another I said last week. He is definitely one on the scene to watch. Big guy, looks the part. He went over It's Gal. Kylie Ray, shocker, took a loss to Zara Zaka. I think people were expecting Kylie Ray to win. Wendy Chu, Pillow Girl, she's back. Where's she been? Now she's on Evolve. She went over Aria Bennett. There was a face-off between Javier Bernal and Luca Cruzafino. I think Javier has been injured, but they're in a match next week. So to see NXT talent on Evolve is still really cool. Speaking of NXT talent, Oro Mensah over Riley Osborne. Definitely a mid-card for Evolve. So let's move into SmackDown, the very first ever in Spain, in Barcelona. And it's 36 days, now it's down 35 days to WrestleMania. So again, a little note to myself. So LA Knight, yeah. It's Paul's probably holding my notes, but LA Knight came out. Out came Jimmy Usos, and he wanted a shot at the US Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania. What's that? Wait, it does exist, but they're very old championships, are they not? Jimmy Usos still thinks they exist. So Sakai came out, Braun Strowman made a save, Nicholas made a match, 6-man tag team match, LA Knight, Braun Strowman and Jimmy Uso over Solo, Jacob and Tama. Yeah, good match, good win. Braun Strowman got the pinfall on Tama. Sam, your thoughts on the opening match?
So the opening match with LA Knight and Jimmy Uso, if Jimmy wants a shot, he needs to be built up a little bit. I'm not saying like Jay, obviously not on Jay level, but he got to be like a Matt Hardy. And obviously we know he kind of is, but does he wrestle like a Matt Hardy? No, he doesn't. But what I'm more interested in is Jacob Fatu. He could make it, I think. Now, my only problem is they got to do it right. Because here's the deal. Solo is not going to be a good babyface. Let's be honest. He's kind of like the Miz and Austin Theory. Jacob Fatu? Okay, but I don't think he's fit for a babyface role either. Which leads to the question, though, who is going to fight LA Knight for the championship? Honestly, I would add multiple contenders and make it everyone on that card, on that match, except Tama Tonga, and make that a fatal 5-way match, I think. LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, trying to count mad with math. Jimmy Uso, Braun, Solo. Yeah, fatal 5-way match. And that match, that's where you have the turn with Solo and Jacob.
Yeah, because Solo fails to win, can't even win the US Championship now. So yeah, because rumors are Jacob Solo at Mania, but you could do with the turn at Mania. Yeah, that's a good call. Marcus, your thoughts on the 6-man tag team opening contest?
I mean, yeah, it put all the pieces of like who's feuding and who wants what all together. I guess it's cool. I mean, LA Knight, yeah, Jimmy and Braun versus the Bloodline. Yeah. Cool way to open up Smacky D's in Barcelona.
Earlier in the day, Kathy Kelly did a sit-down interview with Jay Cargill. Obviously, Jay Cargill mentioning Naomi. This just builds the story. Cool. This was nicely done. She's got a match next week against Liv Morgan. So that makes sense because Liv and Raquel came walking on, arriving at the arena. But Liv basically saying, I told you it wasn't me. You never believed me. But we're going to have a match next week for whatever reason. Charlotte, Flair, woo, here we go. Beef up a good performance and looks good in defeat. But obviously, the biggest story after the match, the brawl between Tiffany and Charlotte. This built it for me. Before I was like, Charlotte, Tiffany at Mania. But this has built my interest a little bit more. Still think Tiffany should win. Charlotte's gonna win. Ugh. But it's built my interest. So, Marcus, did you see the sit-down interview? If not, okay. And your thoughts of Charlotte beating B-Fab?
I didn't see the sit-down interview, so there's that. I do like the fact that Jay is facing Liv next week, and I will say this about this feud. This feud is trying to get up to that level of Mariah May and Toni Storm. They're trying, and I like it. Once again, love seeing that women's wrestling are on the forefront of things. Charlotte and I didn't see the Charlotte. I didn't watch SmackDown at all, except maybe the last match. So Charlotte and Tiff, I mean, they're going to keep building that feud. I mean, it has to be good. It got to be a good build, or else it's just going to make that match go. So,
Sam, your thoughts on the sit-down interview with Jay Cargill, B-Fab, losing to Charlotte?
Well, here's the deal. Now that Jade Cargill has been beaten and is on her own, I actually see potential with Jade. But facing Liv, I think they threw her in the Wolves too early. But if she beats Liv, then she has a chance. She should have been built. Like, in my view, Jade Cargill should have fought Chelsea Green instead of Liv Morgan. Or, what's her... not Michin. No, Michin could work. Or on Piper Niven before getting that big match with Liv. Now, my view on the other, which was crap. What was the other thing? I'm sorry.
Charlotte,
Tiff and Charlotte.
Okay, thank you. Charlotte and Tiffy, this could be built, but right now it's too confusing. Because here's my thing. Who's a babyface and who's the heel? Because I've done a lot of my online research, and it says Tiffy's a tweener, and then it says Charlotte's a babyface, but Charlotte that SmackDown sounded like a heel.
So what they did, because whoever got that from is kind of wrong. So Tiffany is Tiffany is the clear babyface because if you look at it, she tag teamed with Trish Stratus at Elimination Chamber. Like she's doing more of the babyface work, while Charlotte was a babyface, but then the reception she got on Raw was crazy. So they flipped her to being the heel.
Right, but it just wasn't clear. Like, team with Trish, at that point she was a tweener. There should have been like a defining action. So maybe Charlotte comes in and she beats Tiffany to a pulp. All right, that's a clear sign. Okay, Charlotte's the heel, Tiffy's the babyface.
Yeah, maybe we'll get that before next week or something. Or they're running out of time. I've got many SmackDowns, like 2 or 3 SmackDowns left, so they have to do that next week.
Yeah.
It was Miz TV, Cody Rhodes a guest. I'm glad he didn't even speak. He did speak, but he just attacked the Miz Crossroads and said, the only person I want to talk to is John Cena. So rather than doing a third promo of just more of the same, it's just a Crossroads, and I want to speak to John Cena. Far better done. This was far better. Damian Priest knocked off Shinsuke Nakamura by DQ, Puri Nakamura, but put up a good fight. Again, the bigger story, as always, comes after the match, and that is Drew McIntyre stamping on Peter's head. This has built the match, for me, built it. And as Drew said in his promo package, It's been a year in the making. Priest cashed in last year. So that makes sense. It's a year in the making. But their fight on SmackDown really built it for me. I thought, yeah, okay, this does deserve to be at WrestleMania. So, Sam, your thoughts on Miz TV and Cody and Priest, Nakamura, and McIntyre?
I'm with you on the Cody Rhodes segment. It was done much better. I think now, because if you have a chance with John Cena, gonna beat him on that heel level, and I don't mean Cody Rhodes needs to turn heel, but he kind of needs to be on that heel level, where he's like, I'm so pissed off, I gotta beat innocent Miz who's done nothing wrong, even though he's a jerk. Let's be honest. And why is my memory so bad today? What was the other one?
Priest, Nakamura.
Okay, thank you. Priest and McIntyre. That has a chance. I'm actually intrigued by that. They're both big. They both kind of share a similar wrestling style. And here's the thing. Priest, he had potential, but if they want to build him right, he needs to beat McIntyre.
Really?
Because here's the thing. Even though he's been to war with Gunther, there's still been he's kind of the underdog. Because when I think McIntyre and Priest, my mind goes to McIntyre is going to smack him easily. But if he went to go against McIntyre and won, that might change some doubters.
I'm very 50. We'll get to my WrestleMania predictions, April 17th, so the Thursday before Mania. But I'm 50-50 on that one. That's all I'm going to say. Could go either way for me, but I'll say I'll have a prediction by then. But Marcus, again, you said you didn't want SmackDown, but Cody basically does attack Miz, Crossroads, said he wants Cena, and then you had Damian Priest over Nakamura, and then Drew.
I did actually know. I was watching from Priest and Nakamura match, so I was watching from there. I mean, yeah, let's deliver our Crossroads. Let's dig deep, right? Because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to dig deep and be like, you know what? Fuck John Cena. Kim, I gotta dig deep. He gotta do some anti-hero shit. That's what he has to do. And Priest being Nax, I mean, it is what it is. Nax is done. Whatever. But it helps build Priest towards the match with McIntyre at Mania. So that's pretty cool, actually.
It was Randy Orton that the people loved again. This is why they do Europe, and the fans loved singing his theme. But yes, Randy Orton knocking off Carmelo Hayes, attempting the punt. Who comes coming and wins to make this. We'll make a save for Hayes, I suppose. So he builds or wins Orton. Bane's own Axiom put a good fight against Gunther, even though he came up short. Axiom proved he can stay in there not only with a world champion, but as someone much bigger than him. And then came close many times of beating him. So yeah, that was cool to see. They've got the wrestler from that country. Why not use them? So Marcus, Orton over Carmelo, Gunther over Axiom.
I mean, Orton, of course, should go over Carmelo Hayes. That's not even a thing to even be questioned. It's the Viper. It's Randy. It's Randall Keith. You know what I mean? Axiom did put up a really good battle. His reception in his home country was beautiful. Lillian Garcia, who also is of Spanish culture, announced him super well as well. And, I mean, he put up a really good match, and it makes Gunther look good because he could go up against damn near everybody. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, he should be squashing people. If you think Gunther squashing people actually helps Gunther, no, it actually hurt. It would hurt Gunther more than it would help. So it was a good showing for Axiom. And, I mean, Gunther also proved that, big guy versus little guy, he can do it.
Sam, your thoughts next over both those matches?
Well, the minute I saw Randy Orton and Carmelo Hayes, I knew Randy Orton was going over. But what happened after is what was really intriguing, because this is what I think. Randy Orton is kind of in a similar path to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes had to pull off some anti-hero shit, as Marcus said. Well, Randy Orton's kind of having to do the same thing, because this version of Kevin Owens is pretty dangerous. So how do you beat a dangerous Kevin Owens? Or how do you get on the same level as him? You go to a dangerous Randy Orton who's not afraid to use a punt kick. And the other, Gunther versus Axiom. You know, I was a little nervous at first when I saw that. Thought, well, this is going to be a waste of time. That proved me wrong. It made me interested. And it made me wish luck for Axiom's future, but that was also one where I knew Gunther was going to go over this NXT guy.
Yeah. Paul Heyman, ladies and gentlemen, came out basically hyped up 2K25 and Reigns being on SmackDown next week. That was pretty much it. And the fans in Spain booed because they wanted Reigns there, and he said, "Get on a plane and travel to Italy, no problem." Yeah, okay. I'll be doing that certainly. And we got brand new WWE Tag Team Champions of the next by DIY, but your new champions, Street Profits. Interesting as they make the road to WrestleMania that little more interesting. I don't think Pretty Deadly do it at Mania now, even though they should. It's probably they've always just won these. They're not losing again in 35 days. But shocking ending, and I'm going to give it a rating of just under main event. So Sam, your thoughts on the Paul Heyman promo, Street Profits winning the tag team title, and rating for it?
On the Paul Heyman ordeal, but the Street Profits, I got a little more to say about that. So it's overdue, but they have evolved. And I think it was good and it was shocking. I think they definitely deserve it. But I just wish, honestly, the Street Profits were a heel. Because I feel like with the way they're built now and their experience, they could have worked as a heel. It's just that I think the audience can't accept that.
Yes, because DIY heel, you can have two heel tag teams, even though they seem to work as people seem to act as a heel. They're not. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, your rating for SmackDown.
And the rating mid card, but it's like main event mid card. It's very close to main event, but it's not there.
And Mark is going to finish up here. So Paul Heyman segment and the brand new tag team champions and the rating.
I could care less about the Paul Heyman segment for. I mean, Roman Reigns wasn't there, so it made the Spanish crowd very upset. So, it is what it is. But I love seeing that the Street Profits have got the tag team titles again, because DIY as champions, it didn't give it the feel that you wanted it to give. They're just kind of bland. Like every other tag team in the SmackDown tag division got something about them, right? Pretty Deadly. They kind of remind me of Billy and Chuck. I've said that before. You have the Motor City Machine Guns. Obviously, when you're in a tag match with them, everything is quick, fast, in a hurry. Angel and Umberto, once again, another quick, fast, in a hurry, but lucha style. And then you got the Street Profits, which is a mix of like quick, fast with Montez Ford, who's the superstar of that group. And you got Angelo Dawkins, who's supposed to be like the muscle, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he can still maneuver. And they gimmick, is getting back to like some gangster roots kind of thing, right? Because they're named the Street Profits, so it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be is what it is. So it fits the babyface motif in a way, because like, hey, hey, we hip, we trendy, we want to be what y'all rooting for. So it works out, and the better team got the titles back, and especially going into Mania, absolutely. I am also giving SmackDown. I'm giving it mid card, but I'm giving a upper mid card because it obviously was really good, but main event level, nah, but definitely upper mid card.
Would you say the crowd made it or no?
I mean, the crowd did its job with making it feel big. Not too much from the crowd though. It was mostly how the show was booked. Like I'm not putting the Barcelona crowd over the French crowd. That's crazy.
Yeah, the French crowd were wild, weren't they? Yeah, they're probably the best crowd I've seen ever. It were more than a Mania crowd.
Well, they started up a trend, right? Singing Randy Orton to the ring, which is only something that you would never see for real. Like in WWE, you didn't see people being sung to the ring. That's something that the only time I've ever seen someone being sung to the ring was literally AEW with Chris Jericho. So outside of that, I've never seen anyone being sung to the ring.
I think Canada like to do the Sami Zayn theme, don't they? But apart from that,
yeah, Sami Zayn and Seth, but neither one of them, like Seth Rollins' song barely has words. Sami Zayn's song barely has words. Randy Orton's song has words, and they're singing the song like all the way.
For Spain and France to know the words is impressive as well.
Like, I mean, from what I learned from people from Europe, they learn English through music and movies. So.
Yes, so I'm going to play it, and one more ad, and then we get to some news and rumour headlines. Sorry, not rumour headlines, but let me play this first. So yes, that is right. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. As we get into our final segment, into the People Studio we go. Newsreaders at the ready, because it is... That is right, news and headlines. And Marcus is going to kick us off here with a certain somebody making his exit from WWE shortly after his contract is up.
Yep. I know y'all can't see me, but I'm still reporting the news. Shinsuke Nakamura. Yes, Shinsuke. He's out. He gone. I'm assuming this could be behind his push, and he's just not happy. And that's fine. That's fair. Him leaving the company. Wish him the best. Obviously, he did really good stuff. Too bad he couldn't win the WWE championship when the window was there. But he did do pretty good stuff in WWE. Sam, what are your thoughts on Shinsuke Nakamura bouncing out of WWE?
Keep getting muted. Well, I sus because I like Shinsuke, but I just hope that if he comes back, he gets the championship again, or he at least goes when he's old enough, goes into the Hall of Fame, because you're right, he has done some stuff. He's done an Intercontinental Championship. He's been United States Championship. He's won the Royal Rumble. I think he deserves his roses.
I agree, and with his work that he did in New Japan. So, I think he's going to get a Hall of Fame induction. I do hope this is not a farewell. We won't never see him again. I hope this is just a see you later. kind of deal, and that when he goes to Japan, which I hope that's what he's doing. I don't want to see him in America right now. Hopefully, he goes to New Japan or maybe a different Japanese wrestling promotion, just to recollect himself, get himself together, get his confidence back. We never know. He might be going through like a Ric Flair phase where it's like, hey, I don't have my confidence right now. Like I don't really recognize that I'm Shinsuke Nakamura, right?
Well, I think he was part of the problem too. They were trying to build Shinsuke Nakamura as a heel, and they've done that for a long time. But let's be honest. We need to get the Shinsuke. We need to turn back the clock and get the 2018 Shinsuke back. That Shinsuke was, out of all the time he was in his career, the most successful Shinsuke. You bring that Shinsuke back, he might have a chance. Or, here's something you can do. Bring his, heel wrestling style to the ring, but make him a babyface.
I mean, if you ask me, I don't think the difference between the babyface and the heel. This heel version of Shinsuke was different, right? Like the quiet samurai ninja type of thing. This was a lot different from the first time he turned heel. So I mean, I do see what you're saying. I think Shinsuke is just better off as a babyface. I think that's what it is. And it seemed like it was very directionless. I mean, his U.S. title run was super weak too. It was terrible.
Oh, I know. And part of the problem was I don't think people were interested. At first they were interested, but then as time went on, they didn't build it. It dwindled down.
People were not as interested.
Which, in my opinion, was sad because which was sad because I think if they built it right, they could have been.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Some vignettes and stuff things that would have helped Shinsuke's character get over, but it just wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't there. And Ricky, your thoughts on Shinsuke?
Really, you kind of really said it all, but yeah, I think he does go back to New Japan, not AEW. I think he lost in the shuffle quick. Yeah. Do I think he comes back to WWE one day? Probably not, because I think he's done it as two-time champion, one-time IC champion, tag team champion, and Rumble winner. It's probably as much as he's ever going to get. Oh, didn't he win the two-time NXT champion also? But again, has won a world championship with the I would imagine we're seeing him in New Japan. But Sam has got news about a certain someone on his way to WWE, one half of the Lucha Bros.
Yep. So we all know, I think, Rey Fenix is going to WWE. My thoughts, I think he's at the wrong time. He's going to get lost in the shuffle real quickly. Because here's the problem. There's too much luchadors right now. You have Rey Mysterio, who obviously has been built and is still in the shuffle. You have Penta, who's pretty much getting ready to be in the shuffle. Now you're adding Rey. I feel like with luchadors, there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Fair enough. I think he comes in and you bring him and he's Penta's tag team partner. If Penta's not gone for the IC title at Mania, it's Penta and Rey. So the Lucha Bros in WWE. It could be the New Day, could face the New Day, or Chad and a tag team partner.
Or maybe combine it. Maybe make it Rey, LWO, Penta, and Rey Fenix against the New Day and American Made. And then for the fun of it, maybe add Dominic.
Yeah, okay, you could do the 10-man tag match, yeah. I wouldn't do what is rumored and he comes in American Alpha. Oh, no. He's a Mexican coming in to that makes zero sense at all. That's not how you bring in Rey Fenix. I think, you pair him with Penta. He gets paired. Penta's being beaten down by the New Day. Out comes Rey to save him. That's how you do it. Marcus, your thoughts on Rey Fenix on his way to WWE?
I mean, yeah, this was inevitable because, like, his contract ran out with AEW. I've seen his matches. He can light it up both as a singles competitor and as a tag team competitor alongside his brother. I do think this is a great thing, but it's also leaving out, and one of the reasons why they're all lost in the shuffle is because what's going to end up happening is I feel like WWE is going to bring back the cruiserweight title again at some point in time because you got all these light heavyweight guys around, and I feel like there's only one there's only one championship that can go after, and none of them are being built up enough for the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, maybe when Jay wins, maybe it might be different, but their only title they can go after is the IC title, and who the hell is the IC champion anyway?
Braun.
Oh, I be forgetting that he even exists sometimes. So that leaves a good matchup for those luchadors versus Braun Breaker. And I don't want to see the Cruiserweight Championship back because that will just relegate them to only that title. It's going to be kind of confusing because once again, Rey Fenix coming in there. What role is he playing? Right? Is he joining American Made? Is he by himself? Is he going to be with Penta? Is he just going to apparently get with the LWO? Well, no one knows. So or hell, don't put him on Raw. Put him on SmackDown. Keep him away from all that. So I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with Rey Fenix if he is in the WWE. Because once again, we don't know yet, but it's been rumored.
Presumably to be called Fenix, they can't call him. You've got Rey Mysterio. I think they'd be using to call him Rey Fenix. I think we could call him Fenix.
That's if he owns his name, then then he can be called Rey Fenix. But once again, that depends on if you own your name. You can in this day and age. So we'll see.
And Penta and Fenix kind of roll off the tongue, as they say. So I think that works. Penta, rather than Penta and Rey Fenix, it's Penta and Fenix. I think works. Again, if that's beyond his name, and if he doesn't, he could be called something else. He could be called Nacho Libre. Another person coming in, I don't know how familiar Sam and Marcus is with Jeff Cobb. He's done work in AEW. He's done work with Lucha Underground. If he's allowed to go, he's a beast. It's just that AEW didn't allow him to go. I think he should debut on Evolve. I think that will elevate that brand. Put eyes on Evolve. So yeah, cool. Jeff Cobb's coming in. You could say this is another failure, but another loss for AEW. If he's allowed to go, he can be a beast. But yeah, there's my thoughts. Marcus, have you got any thoughts about Jeff Cobb coming in? Are you aware of who he is or no?
Who the hell is Jeff Cobb?
He had some gimmick in Lucha Underground. He wore a mask. He was this unstoppable beast, but
I don't watch no Lucha Underground.
Neither do I, but I've heard of him. So okay,
Nope.
We'll move on then. Sam, any thoughts about Jeff Cobb coming in, or should we move straight on to the final piece of news?
Just move on, bro.
Over to you again. The final piece of news is all about Raw being somewhere next Monday.
Yep. They're going to Belgium, apparently. My thoughts on it going to Belgium, cool. I'm glad. I think that's a great expedition. I mean, this is one of Triple H's ideas, expanding out to international pay-per-views and international shows. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this because maybe we can have a pay-per-view in Belgium one day. All right, so I'm actually going to give this a thumbs up.
Totally agree. And
here's the deal, too. If it goes to the shits, it doesn't hurt anything. You just know you don't have a show in Belgium.
I think just like every other show they've done internationally,
Yeah, I mean, this is just like y'all both said, and like we said last week. This is expanding the idea that WWE is not just an American company. It's far beyond the reaches of it, right? As we've seen, WWE does well in overseas markets as well as domestically, right? Those overseas markets don't get to see WWE as much as me and Sam have the potential to see it, right? Me being from a major city, I know for sure WWE is going to be in Philadelphia, going to play Philadelphia at least once a year. I know that's going to happen. Sam, I think are you from Indiana as well, right?
Yeah, my closest city is Indianapolis.
Indianapolis,
I've had pay-per-views there. Like I literally went to the Royal Rumble.
Right, so we know Indianapolis is going to get played at least once a year, right? We're from his closest major city in my hometown or major cities in the United States. So we know we're not just getting a house show, we're getting a Raw, a SmackDown, a pay-per-view. I mean, remember, my literally last WrestleMania was in my home city. So I know that big events are going to come to Philadelphia, and he knows it's going to come to Indianapolis. But like for you, for example, you don't know the next time WWE is going to come to London. And if they do, is it Raw? Is it SmackDown? Is it a big pay-per-view? Or is it just a house show? Right? That's the thing. WWE been doing Europe and Asian house shows forever. But giving y'all actual events like Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views, it didn't happen. So now WWE's like, yo, we gotta do it because these markets want us, they need us, they crave us. So they give the people what they want, which is WWE in their backyard. And it's beautiful to see that WWE is able to do that from a global perspective, versus just only focusing on the domestic product, which is fine, but you're also getting wrestlers from all over the world.
Yeah, whatever you do, though, just don't have another show in North Korea. That was a bad idea.
Wasn't that many years ago? But
I know a lot about that. That was many years ago. I watched Dark Side of the Ring as I know it. I think there was an episode on it. But what was sad to me is, and this was, the government made them come. Like, not anyone in this world. I know we're all big wrestling fans, but let's just be honest. You can't get everyone to like professional wrestling. And you shouldn't have to fake clap for a match that you're not interested in.
True. Like sending me to, I don't know, golf or something. Like, yeah, I don't like this. You've got a gun to my, literally, got a gun to my head saying, you must clap. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you avoid that place, anywhere else, you're good, I feel like. Or the majority of the world. I wouldn't go into like a war zone, unless it's tribute to the troops, clearly. But but in like Europe, you're good for the most part.
Nick Khan Nick Khan more importantly because he's a money guy, but Nick Khan and Triple H were backstage on SmackDown last night thinking, we can bring a pay-per-view here, SmackDown and a pay-per-view. Why not? I bet that's what they were thinking.
You know a place domestically that WWE has never really been to, Sam?
What's that?
Hawaii. They haven't really been to Hawaii or to Alaska in a minute.
Oh, there you go. Yep, there you go. Hawaii pay-per-view. Maybe they should bring back Bash at the Beach. Or, I know, SummerSlam. Make a SummerSlam at Hawaii.
That would be amazing. I think that would be pretty damn cool. And then they got to do something in Alaska. But once again, right, this is like, and mind you, well, for Ricky, obviously you don't know U.S. geography. Our 49th and 50th state are miles away. Like, really freaking far. Like, Hawaii is miles away from California and is split into islands. Obviously, that's where The Rock's grandmother is from. She's from Hawaii. And Alaska is pretty much in Canada, but, things.
Right. Maybe do an elimination chamber at Alaska. You could go off with the theme of like, oh, it's gonna be a bitter cold night in the chamber, just like it's bitter cold in Alaska.
Yeah, something.
Maybe. But I will promote again very quickly Sam. Here it is. So his podcast, there it is. Like I said, go and support it. Go and head over to his podcast. Podbean, so very easy to find. And his YouTube channel, there it is. Very quick. So there it is, David's YouTube channel, Expose the North. Head over, so like and subscribe to his channel. And there is the link to the interview by David with myself on. Hopefully, maybe get Marcus on the next one. I'll discuss. I don't know if Marcus would be up for that, but promote his channel as well. But yes, head over, Candy Conversation. Check out my interview with David. And Marcus' channel right there, like I said, in the description below. It's on the screen right now. And even further, with that video once again. So there it is. If you're a fan of food and drink reviews, tequila reviews, cheesecake reviews, then Marcus' channel is the channel for you. Currently have 51 subscribers, only 9 away. That's all needed, 9 away to 60. And of course, 70, 80, 90, 100. But yes, no excuses, not to head up right this second, in about a couple of seconds from now, and like and subscribe to his channel, as well as you like and subscribing to mine as well, and Sam's. So all three of us. But a big thank you to you, Sam, for joining us.
Thank you.
I'll put you back to just for the second. Marcus, it is, of course, over to you.
Yes, please like, share, subscribe. The People's Wrestling Channel. Take a listen always to the Rannin' Rock podcast. Always check it out. We on here every week, talking it up, mixing it up in the ring. Ching ching, bling bling. Is always Ted over here, you jabron.
And always remember to like and subscribe to mine, Marcus's, and Sam's YouTube channel, and David's as well, of course. We'll see you guys next week. Always remember, if wrestling is a game, excellence is the name, and excellence is Ricky Goldman.